folks, Jermaine Farrell in the house. We have the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We're getting you ready for the 2025 season, and right now we go over to Salem, the land of the Spartans, and of course, leading the charge with the Salem Spartans in his 7th year as the head coach of the Salem Spartans, Don Holter. And Coach Holter, thanks for joining me, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Looking good as usual. Now, last year, 10-3, you lost in the regional finals by 3 at Sharando. Your usual deep run into the playoffs. But obviously, tough finish. But overall, again, another strong season by the Spartans.
Sure, we were proud of that group. Obviously, we came up a little short, but those young men and that group of seniors left a good legacy, a strong legacy, and came up a little short on Friday night. And that happens. You manage success and you learn from your failures and move on. And this is a new year.
Good deal. Now, Coach, if you could talk about the 3 guys you brought with us today and just talk about them, how they impact the team, and bringing them up here.
Well, they're all special in their own way. There's an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and a young man that started at corner for us last year. And one is a junior, one is a sophomore, and then DJ is a senior. But DJ will be a 2-year starter at left guard. There's competition every day, but I foresee him. He's grown tremendously in strength and wisdom and just learning the position. I feel confident he'll win his job coming up in 25. But he is just a tenacious worker, exhibits great leadership, leads by example. He's vocal, and he does all the little things right. Then there's Jordan McCadden. Pretty quiet young man, but he was an all-state returner for us, punt returner and kick returner as well. He quietly goes about his business and makes plays. He started at corner for us, earned the job, and did a fantastic job for us. But safety or success is not a continuum, so we all have a lot of work to do. And then there's young Jake James, who is a rising sophomore, but started on the D-line for us as a freshman, which is the first time in a long, long time that's happened at Salem. But he has great size, great commitment to the game, and Jake is one of the nicest young men and most squared away young men. But he's always Jake until he gets between the lines, and then he's number 78. He sort of flips that switch on, which is nice to see. But all 3 of those young men are going to be tremendous players and continue to grow. But they're even finer young people and citizens, and that we're really proud of.
Now, Coach, again, real quick, circling back to last year, I mean, you guys got off to an uncharacteristic 1-2 start, first time since 2002. But then you flipped the switch, you won 10 straight games, or you went on a 9-game winning streak to get there to the regional finals. What was it at that point of the season where everything turned around, started clicking?
Well, just, don't get too high, don't get too low. Nothing's ever as good as it seems, nor as bad as it seems. When things don't go your way, you learn from your failures and the things that you need to do to correct those mistakes, and you keep growing as a player in your individual position and as a teammate, and then in your individual job, and then you start growing together as a team, and you just keep getting better and better and better, and that's the cycle of it.
Now, looking at your schedule, you open up the season August 29th at home against EC Glass. And looking at your schedule, you drop Liberty Christian and Northside. You're adding EC Glass and Dinwiddie. So you're really stepping up weight class with 2 strong Class 4 teams. Sure. This is your first, I looked at it, I couldn't believe it. You guys have met in the playoffs, but this will be your first regular season meeting with EC Glass since 1987.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. Looked it up. Yeah, that you have playoff stuff, but yeah, that according to the notes I saw. But if you want to correct me, I'll take that.
We played them at their place in 2017.
2017.
2018.
Well, there you go. Correct me.
And we lost 26-20.
There you go. So see, you heard it here first, Coach. This is what you call coaching. You might want to make a mistake, make it big, but that's okay. Appreciate that. But anyway, looking overall, this will be your first meeting with Dinwiddie since 2018.
Yes.
I'm right on it. Oh yeah, I got one right. Yes. Now. You lost 27-20 down there at Dinwiddie. 1-2 all time against Dinwiddie, but the one win was in the state final. So if you're gonna win one, you win that one.
Right.
And then Salem has had double-digit season wins the last 6 seasons in 12 of 13, which goes to show you the power of the Spartans. So overall, now that we cleaned up the schedule thing, you're playing EC Glass again. You know, Coach Lovelace mentioned earlier, I mean, it's good to have that regional game because there's a chance you can see each other, and then playing Dinwiddie. But overall, this is a strong schedule.
It is, thank you. You know, EC Glass is well coached. Coach Lovelace and his staff will have them well prepared. I'm sure they've had a great off season, and it's good to play local in these regional teams. It gets the fans excited all across the valley and across the state for high school football. Then you had mentioned Northside. Northside unfortunately dropped us, and we were Coach Mills and I go back away and have a tremendous amount of respect for him and the way the culture of his program and the things that he does. And to be the best, you have to play the best and beat them. And it's going to be a heck of a Friday night. We're excited about those games. We're excited about them all.
And what's interesting, you know, is, you know, we talk about EC Glass, but Dinwiddie, it seems like their culture is similar to Salem's. And obviously, Coach Mills has a lot of, you know, knowledge in our area, but it seems like when you talk about Class 4 teams, Dinwiddie's always in the mix, Salem's always in the mix. But it's just neat to see two programs, you know, from different parts of the state meet, because there's a chance you guys could meet each other down the line in the playoffs. That's pretty neat.
Each other again, yeah. EC Glass is in our region, and you know, in 2023 we're in the region championship together. That's a nice little rivalry. That's an exciting Friday nights in regular season or in the playoffs. You know, Salem and EC Glass have a long history, and Andrew Lewis prior to that, and it's great high school football.
No,
between two really good teams, and then have an opportunity to travel early and go to Dinwiddie. No easy way to get there.
Good deal. And really, you know, when I think of, you know, EC Glass and I think of Salem, I just have a vision of Willis White and Bo Henson on the sideline. Because, you know, and obviously the modern day with you and Coach Lovelace, you guys have a great rapport. But it's kind of neat, you know, because you mentioned there's a lot of history. And, you know, I go back to even to the 80s. When I think EC Glass, I think of Bo Henson, and I think of Salem, it's Willis White. And throughout the few years, the tradition of both teams is really showing. And it's just, again, neat to see this game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was a member of one of Coach White's teams that faced off against the Bo Henson team from EC Glass years ago. Two well-coached teams, in which they will be again in 25, and the one that makes the least mistakes will be the most successful.
And again, thanks for correcting me on that. I mean, you know, we're big on accuracy, so thank you for correcting me, because I deserve that. Because you're like big brother correcting little brother, so there you go. So when you look at what you have with this, you know, you are in your 7th year with Salem, you know, and I've talked to a lot of coaches, whether they're in their first year, but the culture, it seems like, hasn't changed from Willis White to Stephen McNamara to Don Holter. It's the same thing. You know, these kids, they know what to expect at Salem. And I know I ask you this a lot, but I love asking you the question. Just how neat is it to see this program? I mean, 10 state championships. I mean, this is a program, and everybody knows what to expect when they play Salem and they get amped up and all that good stuff.
Well, it's tremendous, you know, to be a former Salem Spartan and then have the opportunity to take care of this program and continue to lead it into the future, and have the opportunity to coach these young men of Salem is outstanding.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. I guess I got to ask you this. I mean, you mentioned that. I mean, you played for Salem, and you played under Coach White, coached with him, and then obviously Coach Magenbauer. But it just seems like there's just something special. Like, you know, the players, I mean, every time I talk to the players, there's pride, and there's everything like that. And I remember when you got the job, you were so fired up. You were ready to play a game right then and there. And now this is, and each of you guys won a state championship, so you guys know what it takes to get there. But at the end of the day, Coach, what do you feel it'll take to have the season you expect to have and traditionally that Salem has?
The young players that we, you know, once again, offensively, we got 2 starters back. Defensively, we'll have 4 returners, 2 DBs, a linebacker, and a defensive lineman. But when you have a program and you have a culture, and you have young kids that in your program, young men that are getting coached, and they're getting coached hard every day in details, some people call it, well, what are you going to do? You're going to rebuild. No, you reload, because each kid in your program is as passionate about the next step in their life, and they're passionate. Number one, they're passionate about what they're doing in the moment and getting better. And then, you know, when those tasks are done, they're looking forward to the next one and the next one and the next one, and they continue to grow and they season and they become good players too. So we're excited about reloading. I'm really excited. This young group has spent 2 hours a day in the hot sun for 4 days a week, and it ain't easy being a Spartan. And they show up every day ready to go to work. I'm excited about this group.
Now, I got to ask you this. I mean, we talked about it off camera. Of course, as we're recording this, we found out that legendary Radford High School football coach, former coach Norm Lindenberg, passed away. Just give me your thoughts about him, because, you know, when you think of, there's so many great coaches, like back in the 80s, it was Norm Lindenberg, Willis White, Bo Henson, you know, Joel Hicks, you know, Shirley Stewart, Dave Chris, you know, all these coaches, you know, Taylor Edwards, all these great coaches, when you think of them, but we lose another special one. Just your thoughts about Coach Norm Lindenberg.
Yeah, what an honor. I'll be honest, you know, me personally, because I grew up in that era of those guys when they were where I am now in age, and the programs they led and the way they did it with the dignity and class and the fire and the passion and the demand for excellence. They not only emulate that to their players, but their peers as well. They made the people around them better, and we lost a good one today, unfortunately. But man, what a legacy that man has left of serving others and contributing to society through the people that he led and the next generation of leaders. I was proud to know him.
Yeah, and then also you played a little bit under one of his assistants back then in Frank Beamer, because obviously he was on that team. So there's that connection too. And of course, obviously Jim Hickam with Northside. So it's like an era when you hear these coaches pass. I mean, it's tough because you go back and you think about just how tough they were as men, but also as tough as they were as coaches, and they built men. They made men. That's what they did. I mean, you know, so, and you played obviously for Coach White, and he did that. So, you know, it's just neat to see, you know, these coaches develop you guys, and then, but it's sad to see them, you know, pass away.
I agree. I believe that Coach Lindenberg and those other guys, and we hope they live a long, long time. But I hope they would be pleased when they reflect on the work that we're doing and the influence that they had on us.
Good deal. And Coach, I got to ask you this as we wrap things up. At the end of the day, you know, what's it going to take for you guys to knock it out the park this year?
Staying healthy, you know, and just keep getting better every day. You know, humble and hungry. Success is not a continuum. What somebody else did has nothing to do. What somebody else did a year ago has nothing to do with what's going to happen now. But understand that, you know, one step at a time, execute to the standard, stay focused, be disciplined, and make plays when you have the opportunity.
Now, back in the day, you know, when you played, the off-season program is different than what it is now. How big is this transition in the off-season program where you can do things year-round versus back in the day? There's only so many times you could do that. How big is it now?
It's huge. You know, I remember a lot of the summer there back in 1987, 86, 87. It was captain's practice, and the lists weren't as organized. And of course, as the years have gone on, everything it sort of expanded, and the VHSL has opened the door so you could do a little bit more. Now they did provide another week of the dead period, which was not ideal, but it is what it is. Right. But having the opportunity to work with your kids and build that relationship and spending more time with them and develop them as players and as men, it's outstanding, and it makes a difference on Friday night.
It's just so weird because I'm not used to see, because, you know, like if I call the coaches up and say, oh, we're on the field. I was like, and it's April or May or June, and it's just weird. So it's great, and you can definitely see on Friday nights what the play looks like.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Coach, you the man, Don Holter. Always appreciate it. Great haircut as usual. Barbasol and Gillette in the house. We will take sponsorship offers, but that's all good. Salem Spartans will open up the season, and even our production manager, Ryan, he has kind of that same look. So, hey, 3 bald guys. But there you go. But anyway,
Absolutely.
Salem Spartans, they open up the season on August the 29th as they host the EC Glass Hilltoppers. Salem Spartans in the queue as we wrap up this portion of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz as we get you ready for the 2025 season.
James.
So it is James. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Regular spelling? Like
James.
Okay, cool. What school you go to?
Salem High School.
Position
Defensive tackle.
and graduating class?
2028.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
You are young. 28. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, James. They call you JJ?
Well, I go by Jake. Like my nickname's Jake. So
Okay.
like I'm the third. I'm James. I'm the fourth. Sorry. I'm the fourth. Sorry. My bad. All right. I'm the fourth. I'm the fourth. So like my nickname's Jake. My dad's Jay, and so on. Other just J names. So,
Okay. Wow, that's very unique. Yeah, no, literally. Well, 2028, you still got some time here at Salem. I guess first start by like talking about your short time here so far and just seeing what this program has to offer already.
Salem is awesome. I mean, it just has everything. Like everybody is just we're like brothers. We're like a family, really, on the field and everything. And in school, we see each other, like always have to say hi and everything, dap each other up. Yeah, we're like a family. I mean, it's awesome.
How's Coach Holter been for you personally?
Coach Holter's like a part of my family. I mean, he's awesome. We all love Coach Holter. Coach Holter loves all of us. I mean, sometimes we're like, oh, we got to run again. Oh no! But at the end of the day, he loves us. We love him. It's awesome.
Overall, let's talk about last season. I mean, it was great. It could be better. Like, just walk me through what the highs and the lows and how you personally feel about that 10-3 record.
I think that's good. I mean, never be satisfied. Be proud but never be satisfied. I think that we definitely should have, or I think we did great as a team, but some mental errors, some errors at the end of the season there, and stuff that we should have, things that we should have done better in, we didn't, and that's just some problems that we are fixing this year.
Exactly. I'm sure y'all kind of like start on that during the off season. Talk to me about how your preparation has been like during the off season.
Yeah, we're preparing very well. I mean, our team's coming together. You can see everybody coming together and becoming a team. Leaders are coming out of the mix and bringing up, and I mean, we're just all coming together and working very hard this off season.
What would you say, either Coach Holter or the seniors, what would you say is the expectation for this team this year?
Make another championship run, state championship run. I think that we definitely have the ability to be great. And I think that if we just believe and we work hard, we keep working like we have been working, that I think we can do it.
Looking back to last year, I mean, the program kind of had a strong foundation. How do you guys kind of like build off that? Like, obviously, there's always room for improvement, but what do you feel like is going in the right direction for you guys?
I think we're just all coming together as a team recently. Like, we're just working very hard, and especially in this off season, like we're just putting in the hours. Like, just like DJ said, I mean, when nobody else wants to work, we're out there working in the heat, and like we're all coming together and we're all working hard. We're all bringing each other up. We're not hating on anybody. We're not pushing each other down. We're all bringing each other with us.
All right. I mean, I'm sure you're ready to get back in the pads and
Yes,
ready
ma'am.
to
Yes, ma'am.
people. What are you excited to most about this season?
I'm excited to get back out on the field and just as a team. I just really think as a team, I think we'll do great this season, and I'm just excited to get back out there and start hitting and winning games.
All right, and y'all picked up EC Glass, which that's someone y'all typically see in postseason, and then also Dinwiddie. Talking about them, what do you know about them and their history?
I mean, it's just another person on the schedule. It's another team on the schedule. We're just like DJ said. I don't think we're going to prepare any differently. It's just another team that we have to face.
I always wondered, when y'all get to those close games, what goes to y'all's mind when you know you're just a field goal away or a score away? How do y'all mentally transition that into the physical outcome of, trying to get a win?
Play like the game is 0-0. I mean, you're just trying to score, and where you're out there working with your brothers, and everybody's tired usually, and you're out there and play like the game 0-0 and just keep pushing through.
Alrighty. Right.
Is Dwayne Lynch,
Okay. Spell it out for me.
DWAYNELYNCH,
Where you go to school?
Salem High School,
Position.
left guard.
And what year are you entering?
2026, I'm about to be a senior.
Awesome sauce. All right, Dwayne. First off, I gotta ask this question. How's it feel to be back, man? I mean, I know you ready to start hitting in a couple of weeks, and I know Coach Holter ready to start having y'all hit in a couple of weeks and be out in the sun like nobody's business. But how's it feel to be back?
Yes, sir. Feels pretty good. Senior season. Can't wait to go out and compete.
I mean, is it kind of surreal that this moment is here?
Yes, sir. I feel like these 4 years have kind of flown by a little bit, but it's here.
Y'all been busy in that 4 years, man. Y'all seen the highs and the highs, the lows of the lows. Last year, I know what was 3-point loss, Sharando, if I'm not mistaken, right?
3, 4, something like that.
Something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
I mean, how do you you guys are always there, you're either there or you're always there. How do you kind of get back in the saddle? And I know the physical part is always whatever, but there's a mental part of this too.
Yeah.
How do you build back towards where you need to go?
Well, yeah, we have a standard. Standard is excellence as always. We always try to meet that standard. We have high expectations, but it's how we train. We train hard every day. Stuff like that.
And talk to me about this senior squad that's taken over the reins.
Senior squad is taking over. We have pretty good senior squad taking over. We may have lost a couple seniors, but it's next man up. Our senior class coming up. I feel we have a really strong senior class coming up. It'd be really good for us.
I mean, this Salem squad is always, like I said, it's always y'all hunting for somebody. Talk to me a little bit about what does it mean to you to put that Salem jersey on and be a part of this legacy that continues to just grow and grow and grow. And now you guys are like, this is y'all's cap for y'all moment. I mean, what is that like to be a part of this?
Well, as you said, putting this jersey on, this represents years and decades of a legacy, of people, fans coming in. But, we train the same as everybody before us have done. And we keep that standard that we have and just for that and stuff like that.
I know you guys are always, championships, you guys are synonymous with that. But what are some personal goals that you have for this season heading into your final year?
Personal goal is probably being a leader, lifting my teammates up, because as you said, we've lost a lot of seniors, but it's next man up, and we're going to have a lot of new people, new opportunities, so you just have to bring those people up with you who've never been in that fight before.
I mean, tough schedule as usual. Y'all ain't worried, because I know how y'all are. So it's like you say, it's another one at the top. It's another team that y'all got to step up to the plate with, right?
Yeah.
I mean, last season I know you guys had that kind of like that little streak that you guys I know want to forget. But how do you kind of stop that from happening this year, especially with this group of guys?
Like I said, sometimes you said that streak. It was mental errors that everybody's gonna have, but you know what? You have those errors and you learn from those errors. You can't change what's already happened.
And Coach Holter, what does he mean to you?
Coach Holter, he's my head coach, but he also wants the best for us. Sometimes it may, he's giving us an earful, but we always know that he loves us. He's our coach, and he just wants the best for us.
I feel like there's one of these things. There's Salem, and then there's the remainder of Roanoke County. The city. I mean, y'all got your own stadium and stuff like that. What is it like just having an entire city just continuously follow y'all wherever you go? How much of a role do they play in getting you guys into the end zone and winning these games?
Oh yes, we love our Salem super fans. Our fans are one of the things that make us who we are. we go away games 2-3 hours, and we will always have a packed away stands. You know, they're always here to support us, and especially those home games. That's a big thing for us, you know, our fans. It's not just what goes on in the field, but also what's going on in those stands, because of them, we also have the stuff that we have, you know, for us to train, prepare, the stuff we need, stuff like that. So our fans are very important to us.
I know you spoke a little bit about it, Dwayne, but I mean, if you don't mind just elaborating on the amount of pride I think that goes into that maroon jersey. It's so immense. Does it ever sometimes feel like, you know, it's a heavier weight than what it is, or do you gladly just take that on and say, you know what? No, we out here. This is us. We're gonna make this thing work.
Yes, sir. Like you said, you know, it's one thing to just put the jersey on, but it's another thing. We train hard and we work through the hot hours when nobody else wants to work. We're outside, we're working, we're in the weight room lifting. You know, it means something not just to put it on, but because we worked for it and we earned it.
You got anything else from us?
No, sir, I have nothing else for you.
Mary, what you got for me?
Just as you talk about EC Glass and how do you pronounce these schools? Dinwiddie?
Oh yeah, Dinwiddie.
Okay,
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie, EC Glass. You can look at Ryan when you answer, but those are two the teams that y'all kind of picked up
Yes.
on this schedule. Just talk a little about them and sort of like your expectations. Like obviously you guys probably aren't too worried, but you know it's something different, something new, but it's a tradition from way back when.
Yes, yes. You know, playing Glass Dinwiddie is definitely going to be a challenge, but you know, we gotta face those challenges, and when that time comes, it will. You know, we're not going to treat them any differently than anybody else. We have a game plan. We're going to stick to that game plan, and you know, what we're going to do when we get there. So.
I mean, UC Glass is a team that you guys have, you know, you normally see them kind of in the postseason. Having them on the regular season schedule since the first time in almost 37 years. Don't ask me how I knew that off the top of my head.
I was about to ask you how you knew that. I was trying to do the math in my head.
There's a specific reason.
You was old.
Yeah, I am. No. But yeah, I mean, 37 years, man. This is on the regular season table, and y'all always like weirdly sometimes just match up. I mean, y'all know what they're about. They know what y'all about. Is it really just about having that one little thing more than that they may not have on the field?
I mean, as you say, you know, we normally play them towards the postseason, but now it's like this is first game, start at opening game, so it's really just going to be about like, I think whoever comes out the meanest, whoever hits them hardest the first, you know. I think that's what's going to determine it.
Sorry. You guys know?
I'm good.
Jordan McCadden, Jordan, McCadden.
Where you go to school?
Salem High School.
What's your position, even though I already know?
Running back, cornerback, and kick returner.
All right. And what year are you going into?
Junior year, I'm a 2027.
Yeah, young guy. Cool.
How many
Yes, sir.
seniors y'all got on this team this year?
Oh, I don't.
They did all week, huh?
No, not the. I think 10.
Last
yeah.
year, we had 10 seniors this year. Last year, they had like 6.
They only had,
Yeah.
okay, that's, all right.
So there's a lot of young guns on this squad.
Yes, sir.
Well, first, there are a lot of young guns on this squad.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to kind of be a guy that gets to now step up? I mean, you've done, not saying that yet, but what I'm saying is now this is another year and an opportunity for you to kind of put it out there, right?
Yes, sir.
What does that kind of be like?
You know, last year as a sophomore, I was just trying to like play my role in the system, learn a lot, and like take the advice from the older guys and just try to be good and great for the team. And
What are some of the things that you did learn last year?
I learned a lot, just like stay focused and like be disciplined in everything that you do, and don't just like try to step down just because a bigger guy is like in front of you. Like always like do your best and like do everything to maximum effort.
Cool. I mean,
Yes,
you
sir.
had a pretty cool running back that you could look at.
Yes, sir,
You
Josiah.
The UVA guy now.
Yes,
so
sir.
I mean, what's
He was all that.
what is that kind of dynamic like when you're seeing a guy do his thing and now you kind of have the keys, man?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? What is that kind of like?
So last year, Josiah, he was like an older brother to me. Like he taught me a lot, and like I looked up to him. And whenever like I would not do something right, he would like pick me up and help me. And I'm just gonna try to do that and be there for the younger guys now, and just be that bigger brother for them, and like support them, help them get better and grow.
What's that kind of like now being, instead of the mentee, you're the mentor? I mean,
Yes, sir.
You're now an extension
Yes, sir.
of Coach Holter, and that's a lot. It's a lot of power right there.
Yes,
I
sir.
know you guys have seen, felt. So what's that kind of like to now be in coach's shoes in a way?
Just try to be a leader and like bring people up and not down. And when things get hard, just stay focused and don't give up. Keep pushing.
How excited are you for the season to start? I mean, you about to go throwing some pads on.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'm ready for this season. Yes, sir.
I like how he was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Give me my badge.
I'm excited.
I could have came in there with just that. And I gotta ask you, I mean, what does Coach Holter mean to you personally?
He's like a second father to me. He does everything for us. He loves us a lot, and I could look up to him, and he does everything for us. Like I said, like he's just like a second father.
You know, we've asked those two guys, you know, about, you know, what is Salem and what the pride that comes with that jersey.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, a lot of people have gone through that program and have just
Yes,
gone
sir.
on to do phenomenal things on, even more so off the field.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean to you to put that Salem jersey on?
It means everything. Like I came here 7th grade year knowing that it was for football. Like I just wanted to be a Spartan, and I knew how much it meant to be a Spartan. And it means a lot to put this jersey on and continue the, yes, sir.
In terms of all the fans that y'all have, man,
Yes, sir.
does it ever get boring? I know that.
No, sir, we have a lot of
I
fans.
asked you that, but I wanted to ask you that. Does it ever get boring seeing you looking up, and I feel like the entire city of Salem?
Yes, sir.
Because I know Roanoke County doesn't count.
Yes, sir.
It's specifically Salem. But like, what is it like having just like the entire city just show up
Yes,
for
sir.
you guys and really be y'all's 12th man?
Our fans are a lot. They help us, and we'll go to away games, and we have more fans in our away stands than they do in their home stands. Like our fans are great. Like Salem football means a lot to them, and they mean a lot to us.
You guys on? Go ahead.
Yeah, when Ryan was asking about like the mentee and the mentor, like since y'all do have a young group of guys, do y'all feel any different pressure? Do you feel like you gotta grow up quicker? You gotta learn, like retain everything quicker? Does that still, like, how is it is like processing, like, okay, I'm being put in this position? You get nervous? Talk to me about that.
Not nervous. We do have a lot of young guys, but they're working, learning just as fast, and they're just next man up. Like DJ said, they're all working. We're young this year, but we're ready for anybody. And
Speaking of anybody, EC Glass.
EC Glass,
Lee,
yes, sir.
Talk about them.
Yes, ma'am. That's just another opponent. We're not worried about them. We're just gonna do our thing, focus to the game plan, and try to come out with a 15-0 season this year.
Hey, big guy goals.
How dangerous is this young squad? Do you feel like y'all might be kind of going under the radar because you guys are a young team? I mean, y'all got seniors. That's not like not a thing. But the fact that this team has a lot of young guns that step up successfully, do you guys think that people are kind of underestimating y'all this season?
I think a lot of people are trying to underestimate us because a lot of the seniors left and a lot of our leaders left, but we have new leaders, new people ready to step up, and I think we're going to be fine this year. We're going to be great.
I think that's it. I'm good.
Awesome.